Every woman, is cheating a deal breaker for you?
No, it really depends. I've been married 16 years. I've been with my husband for 18 years. Now, fortunately for me, that is not something, praise the Lord, that I've had to go through. But I don't necessarily think that it is a deal breaker.
I just want to find a companion.
I know you do.
I can't even go on online dating because I did that. I'm waiting for a friend to do it. Nope, that ain't working either. You know what I mean?
You just got to be patient, Pump.
How patient more do I have to be?
At 32 and a couple more months left till I'm 33, I realized that my priorities are changing. And now I want to be a housewife. I want to raise children. I don't want responsibilities. I don't want to have a mortgage. Actually, I do want a mortgage, but I don't want it to be in my name.
She may have to suck it up. She may have to suck it up and stay in. Man, let me tell you something, brothers. That is the mindset. Now, I'm not saying, man, go get a wife and cheat on your wife. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, but a woman who understands that family is bigger than her damn feelings. Man, I'm tired of dealing with women, man, who think everything is about their feelings, bruh. You can go anywhere to get the lies, but I know you came here to get the truth. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
Every woman, is cheating a deal breaker for you?
No, it really depends. I've been married 16 years. I've been with my husband for 18 years. Now, fortunately for me, that is not something, praise the Lord, that I've had to go through. But I don't necessarily think that it is a deal breaker. It's a lot of different variables that go into it when you're married. My husband, if he was to cheat on me right now today, I have 2 sons. And one of them is in a very pivotal moment. Well, both of them. Kingston is 12. And my other son is right in the middle of his basketball, trying to find a college. Kiwan play basketball. You know, all of that. They need their father in this instance. And I don't know what that might do to them mentally to see us be totally and completely apart. You know what I'm saying? So if there's issues, I may have to suck.
I've been helping everybody else through their and then it's like, well, what about my and then they can't help me with my at all. I just want to find a companion.
I know you do.
I can't even go on online dating because I did that. I'm waiting for a friend to do it. Nope, that ain't working either. You know what I mean?
You just got to be patient, Pump.
How patient more do I have to be? Have you heard of the rose? Funny. You don't need the rose because you got your own internal rose.
What's the rose?
It don't work for me, but it's a vibrator.
It don't work for you.
I was trying to do it with the rabbit, and it didn't work either. The rabbit is like the dildo with the little tickler and then the vibration and the motion.
I'm finna go.
No, it's supposed to be real good, right?
I don't
see,
do those.
When I get to doing it, and I be like, oh, no, and then I stop. So I need the physical body on me.
The body.
Because that's what turns me on.
It's like I'm just partying every single weekend. And I'm gonna have to party tomorrow, and then I'm gonna have to party in 2 weeks from now.
A few moments later.
A few moments later.
At what age did you wake up and realize that you no longer wanted to be a strong, Black, independent woman? And this can apply to white women and men as well, because I've definitely heard this term coined by a lot of people. But for me, it was about 6 months ago. I legit woke up, realized that I've slayed all of my goals. I have my career, I have my house, I have the car, I have everything else, and I don't want it anymore. If you can't relate to what I'm saying, then you can't relate to what I'm saying. But for me, at 32 and a couple more months left till I'm 33, I realized that my priorities are changing. And now I want to be a housewife. I want to raise children. I don't want responsibilities. I don't want to have a mortgage. Actually, I do want a mortgage, but I don't want it to be in my name. I honestly want to relinquish responsibility to an able-bodied man. Keyword, able-bodied man. And this is such a new thing for me. And this is epiphany. And this is something that I've been struggling with, that I would get to the point in my life where I no longer identified as a strong Black independent woman.
There's a lot to unpack there, man. So here's the thing about the strong Black independent woman. At some point, she realizes that independence means loneliness. You understand what I'm saying? You can't be an independent mother because you've already labeled that single mom for yourself. You understand? So regardless of what you hear, you don't ever believe that these women are out there aspiring to be single mothers. They're not. They don't want to be single mothers. So when you hear a woman talking about independent, she's strong and she's independent and she's all of that, they all get to a point where they want to stop taking on responsibility that a man is built for. They don't want to have their own mortgage. They don't want to have it. And did you hear her say that she want a mortgage, just not in her name? No, because here's what happens when you marry a woman. Your mortgage is her mortgage. Divorce her and see, don't she get to stay in the house that you still got to pay for? You understand? So I want y'all to understand, man, that if a woman has been independent her whole life, she doesn't know how to be a wife. You are a fool to take a woman who has been independent her whole life and put her in your wife position. You know what I'm saying? That's worse than putting a woman who's been struggling in her whole life. Man, listen, I promise y'all, the worst thing you can do is take a woman who ain't never been exposed to no paper and put her ass in a life where she got paper to spare. You know what I'm saying? Put her like, because here's the thing you got to understand. If you take a woman who been in the bricks her whole life and you take her to the burbs, I'm talking about the real burbs, you take her to the burbs and put her in a $750,000 house, you put her in that type of community, she is all out of place. Everything out there is better than what she's ever seen. Everything is better than what she's ever seen. She's gonna be like a kid in a candy store. She's gonna be like a bull in a china shop. You understand? She's gonna be like your seed trying to rush to fertilize the egg, man. She's gonna be all over the place trying to get there, trying to figure it out. You simply can't do it. You gotta understand what type of woman fits into your life, dog. You got to. You gotta figure out what kind of woman fit into your life. Because if not, you end up being like Vince. You end up being like Vince. And now Tamar, man, he just spent all the time with her. He done got older. Then spent all the time with her till she hit the wall. And then now he dealing with this. I'm telling y'all, brothers, man, do not get caught up in this trap of believing that a woman can be something that she's never been. Let me tell you something. How long she got to go to school to be a doctor? How long she got to go to school to be a psychiatrist? Which is a mental health doctor. How long she got to go to school, man, to be, a lawyer? How long she got to go to school to do all that? Don't you understand that's how much, not just how long she got to work to become a wife, she got to detach herself from all that shit first. Independence is a mindset. A woman can't just wake up one day and say, oh, I don't want to be independent anymore. Yes, she don't want to have the responsibilities of independence, but she'll never stop being independent. An independent woman gonna always have an independent mindset, brothers. A hood rat gonna always have a hood mindset, brothers. That's just the way it is. The only exception may be the ghetto good girl, but they're rare. You're gonna find many of them. Not worth looking at. Couple super chats up here, man. Let me check them out. Love and Day Los Angeles, appreciate the 5 on, man. Tamar thought she had an advantage on Vince because he was fat. Remember her first marriage, dude was in shape and it didn't go well for her. Yeah, man. But here's the thing, man. After a woman has so many failed relationships, she can never make a relationship work. It takes something. You got to think about what she loses in a relationship. The first man she in a relationship with, she married to a man, they stay together 10 years. Look at all the energy she loses over 10 years. Look at all the energy she takes in over 10 years. You never get the best version of a woman if you don't get her first. She doesn't get older and become her best version. We as men, we can age and become our best version. A woman can't do that. She can't do that. Her best version, she's on a clock. She's on a clock from the time she become an adult. She's on a clock. Maybe even prior to that, she's on the clock, dog. Hog 77, appreciate the 5 on, man. What it do, dog? It's just illogical to apply anything outside of the P principles when you're engaging with these women in Babylon. Man, let me tell you something, bro. You said a mouthful, but I'm dealing with you. I don't care what a woman from, man. I'm dealing with the P principle. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else, man. That's all I know. DJ Fresh. DJ Fresh, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate the $50 sponsorship of the show, man. If she ignored you on her incline, ignore her on her decline. Play ball. Real talk. Play ball. That's one of the, and the crazy thing is, Fresh, we all know this. We know this, but guys still won't. And man, listen, bro, it ain't no way. If I can't get her in her prime, she ain't worth my time. I am not selling for less than prime real estate, brothers. I ain't doing it. I just won't. I don't care. I just won't. You know. Now, granted, some women can hold on to that prime, boy. Some women they be in their mid-30s, man. They still sometimes, boy, they be bad when they be 25. Then you see them 35, they be even tougher. But by then, she been had a kid or two, so that makes her not prime. You know what I mean? Man, listen, as a man, if you gotta understand that you have the right, you have the duty to yourself to only receive prime real estate when it comes to what you're going to allow into your life. Because you got to think about the position you about to put a woman in, man. You put a woman in the right position in your life, dog, that is a major position. That's the most important position you can put a person in your life. And when you think about it, man, you got to make sure you insert the right kind of woman into that. So when you hear Selena Johnson talk about that, you know, about how cheating wouldn't be it wouldn't be a deal breaker for her. Man, listen, nothing should be a deal breaker. When you're with a woman, man, that should be a deal. I mean, unless you whooping on them. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now, I don't condone that. If you just one of them knucklehead, man, and you just whooping on a woman all the time, nah, that ain't good. Don't do that. That don't work. But otherwise, man, nothing should be a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you go broke and you get lazy and you don't even try to figure out no way, that's something different too. But as long as you stay on the principles that you're supposed to be on as a man, dog, nothing should be a deal breaker. Nothing should.